Last night's victory was very important for the Jaguars. Not only was it the next win, but it provides momentum going into Thursday's game versus Prairie View A&M. What happens when you have the Louisiana All-Stars face off against the Texas All-Stars here in Baytown, Texas? You get the 8th annual Nike Bayou Bowl. I'm Morrell Carter, and I have the latest for you up next in sports. Who's going to win it? It's been 2 weeks since the New Orleans Saints won a world championship. Now many of those fans are trying to transition into the basketball season with the Hornets. Well, this was not the storybook ending for Team Louisiana here in the 8th annual Nike Bayou Bowl. For the second year in a row, the Southern Jaguars surrender a victory to arch rival Grambling State in the 36th annual State Farm Bayou Classic. Let's talk about the past. What kind of work ethic did you guys go into, let's say, going into the summer coming up before this year?
Check in with Morrell Carter for our ESPNU Extra Credit Report.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? All right, we don't have the Cameron crazes here, but we got the M9. I'm sitting here with my man, Chris Wilson. He's going to go ahead and tell you about how we have so much student support for athletics.
This is the M9 basketball hecklers of Southern University.
We're less than 2 hours away here in Baytown, Texas, a very hot Baytown, Texas. But look, just like South Louisiana, we got to adjust to the heat. Back to you, Jacques.
So get excited, get enthusiastic, give me 100% on every step.
5 o'clock in the morning on the campus of Southern University, and while most students are still sleeping in their beds, members of the Southern Jaguar football team are trying their best not to get chewed out. New coach Stump Mitchell is changing just about everything concerning the Jags. Discipline at an all-time high, and the Jags seem to have more of a sense of urgency. Plus, the early morning practices giving the Jaguars no excuse to miss classes and weightlifting.
They understand that education is the key to success. They understand that discipline allows you to be successful. So we have a plan in place, and now they're starting to follow.
The defense setting the tone early, stopping the offense on numerous occasions, grabbing interceptions, laying guys out, and putting the offense on their back, like Demetrius Bentley did to Colton Bynum. Coach Mitchell, not happy with his offensive performance, let his players have it.
Well, why the hell you don't run? Why don't you go guys?
The offense got it going in the red zone. Quarterback Jeremiah McGinty in a groove throwing touchdown passes to Curry Allen, LaQuinton Evans, and Jeremy Paul. Facing fourth down on the last play of red zone drills, McGinty will strike gold, finding Cordarius Gregory in the back of the end zone. With spring football now complete, Coach Stump Mitchell expects the Southern Jaguars to work hard in the classroom and in the weight room. Next week, the Jaguars will be out here at 6 a.m. for conditioning drills with Coach Thomas Zeus Hall. The Jaguars kick off the season on Sunday, September the 5th, against Delaware State in the MEAC SWAC Challenge in Orlando, Florida. Reported with the Jaguars from the Bluff, Morrell Carter, WAFB 9 Sports. Meet Cameron Garner, a standout middle schooler and honor roll student who spends every morning here at the Plaquemine High School gym, shooting 300 free throws a day. Later this month, he'll travel to Springfield, Massachusetts, to the Basketball Hall of Fame, hoping all of his hard work pays off as he represents this region in the 12 to 13-year-old division on the national stage in a free throw shooting contest.
I feel good. Yeah. I practice a lot. I come in and shoot like 300 a day. It feels good to be a champion.
While his journey ends in the Northeast, it began rather close to home in a contest sponsored by the Plaquemine Elks Club. Not only did he blow away the competition, but sank an average of 23 out of 25 free throws on the state level, earning a trip to Dallas. There, he beat over 50,000 boys, then winning a thriller, edging out the second-place finisher by just one basket. Cameron credits much of his success to Plaquemine head coach Dennis Wright.
On game days, he brought us in here, and he worked with us with dribbling and shooting.
His free throw shooting, he's really spent a lot of time on it, and obviously he's done a very good job of that.
He'll compete in the national finals against 11 other boys. He's just the second player from Louisiana to make it there. The first was some girl named Simone Augustus, a name Garner is familiar with.
Simone Augustus was good.
Now, after I talked to Coach Denny Wright and asked him about Cameron's future, he smiled and laughed, saying Cameron is a great kid regardless, and he'll be a great player. And down the stretch, when I need a guy to make clutch free throws, I know I can always count on Cameron. Reporting from Plaquemine, Louisiana, Morrell Carter for Sportsline OT. Well, this was not the storybook ending for Team Louisiana here in the 8th annual Nike Bayou Bowl. A 42-15 blowout loss to Team Texas left many members of Louisiana's team battered, bruised, and injured. The injury bug would bite early and often. On the first play from scrimmage, former Central defensive tackle Sean Brown would leave the game after a chop block and suffer a severely sprained ankle. Texas would take advantage of a thin defensive front, and running back Marion Grice would pound out 147 yards and 4 touchdowns, both Bayou Bowl records.
We were short on D linemen as it was, and to lose one early, like the first series of the game. And then, like you said, the running back, man, he played phenomenal football. I mean, he had some great runs. The first score, you know, where he cut it back to the other side of the field, just a great run. But, you know, our kids played hard, and I commend them for that, and I was proud of the coaching staff and the way they handled things.
Louisiana's offense was on point in the first half, but injuries to Deuce Kuhn and LaShawn Williams left Louisiana without a deep threat down the field.
We had to adjust. We had to bring some guys from defense on the offense, but it all worked out in the end. I mean, we all knew we had to do it. We just had a couple of problems early in the game.
You know, when you're not getting positive yards on first down, you struggle, and that's what happened to us. We threw. It was incomplete. Maybe we didn't get yards. And when we ran, we didn't get yards. So when you're not generating positive yards on first down, you end up in, you know, 3rd and long, 3rd and medium, and we weren't converting.
And those problems for Louisiana would give Texas their 3rd straight victory in the game and increase their overall lead to 5-3 in the series. Reporting from the Bayou Bowl in Baytown, Texas, Morrell Carter, WAFB 9 Sports. Hey everybody, it's Morrell Carter with 9 Sports. Sophomore fullback Dominique Allen is suspended indefinitely from the LSU football team. The football program issued a press release this afternoon saying that Allen violated team rules. Allen, a sophomore, finished spring practice as a starting fullback. He played in just 1 game last year, starting at fullback in the Auburn game, however, had no carries.
When a young man breaks team rules, you know, there's a responsibility that he has, and sometimes it limits his opportunity to compete.
The New Orleans Saints announcing that they've signed former LSU Tiger Al Woods to a 4-year deal. Woods, a defensive tackle, was taken as the 123rd overall selection of this year's draft. At LSU, he started all 13 games as a senior, tallying 33 tackles, a sack, 2 pass defenses, and a blocked field goal. Woods is the first of the Saints' 6 2010 draft choices under contract. Financial terms were not released. Southern University head coach Stump Mitchell telling 9 Sports that running back Byron Williams is academically ineligible to play football. Williams was injured during last year's homecoming game, missing the rest of the season, 5 games in all. His loss most likely means more carries for Gary Holloman. Mitchell making a bold statement this morning saying that Holloman will lead the nation in rushing this season. The Jags report the fall camp August 3rd with practice starting on the 4th. Sportsline Summer Camp continues tonight with a look at the Hornets of Catholic High of Point Capete. The Hornets, coming off a 6-5 season, are looking to replace several key spots, including the loss of David Lorio at quarterback. Tyler Schutz, as you see him here in 7-on-7, charged with that responsibility. Schutz hasn't seen a game action in over a year after missing last season due to a knee injury. However, head coach Rob Funderburk is confident Schutz and the rest of the team will be game ready this fall.
I think this year is going to be a lot like last year in that I think every game that we play, we've really got to work very hard to score touchdowns, to stop people. We're not super big. We do have some quickness, and we got some guys returning back in the same system that we've been in for the last 4 or 5 years. So we got to fight, and our guys know it. When we show up on Friday night, we've got to fight every single minute of the game to win that thing.
All right, we'll see what the Fighting Funderburks do. More news after the break.